Hello everybody, the Quiet Atheist here yet again with another very interesting video for you guys today. Now before I get started with this video, I wanted to take this opportunity to basically comment on the previous video I made. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and in that particular story that I shared with you, that Christian really had the audacity to share his bigotry. But not only did I want to inform you guys about that particular bigotry that was involved with that idiot, I also wanted to share that story with you guys because of the laughs. What he had to say within that article was absolutely funny, and I myself think laughter is extremely healthy. I think that it's very important. And that was one of the main reasons that I did actually want to share that with you. Now that we got all of that out of the way, I wanted to take this opportunity to let you guys know that this video is going to be a little bit more serious, and it involves the state of Oklahoma and a ridiculous bill that they are trying to pass. Now, I actually hope that this bill is completely unsuccessful. I hope that this bill doesn't get any kind of traction at all in any way, shape, or form, because if it actually does, these people will basically have the power to take away women's rights. And you guys already know how I feel about that. Now, I want to share a part of this article with you guys because it is, again, extremely important. And I want you guys to get a basic idea of what is going on in the state of Oklahoma. Now, the article starts off by saying, late on Thursday, the Oklahoma House of Representatives passed a bill that fully bans abortion in the state. Oklahoma's SB 1552 passed by a 59-9 vote in the heavily Republican legislature. The law is now on the desk of the state's Republican governor, Mary Fallin, I believe, who has yet to address whether she plans to sign the legislation into law. If she does, the state could face one of the most intense federal legal battles on the issue, and I have to agree. When these individuals want to put forth their bigotry, when these individuals want to put forth the idea that women do not deserve any rights as far as their own personal body is concerned, you can expect that there are going to be people out there that are going to take them to court. Like this article says, this is going to be a very big legal battle. And as far as I'm concerned, women have a right to combat this because this state is run, I think, by a bunch of theocratic idiots who think that they know what women really want. When completely that's not the case. They are doing this because of their fairy tale that they believe in. And not only that, they are doing this for the political stunts that they choose to participate in, if you will. And this really shows us just how ugly they really are. I constantly talk about this on my channel all of the time. I am against this type of nonsense, and I will continue to be against this type of nonsense. And I know that there are people out there that are actually for things like this. They are actually for taking away the rights of women, right? And this is something that has always angered me because you see Christians constantly on a daily fucking basis, trying to pull these little stunts, trying to introduce new laws into practice, that damage women in so many ways. And I am completely against that. And I will continue to be against it day in, day out, day in, day out. I feel I have to voice my opinion here because these things really piss me off, especially when I see Christians who basically think that they can get away with the nonsense that they are trying to pull in the government. This is simply insane. And again, I actually hope that this law is unsuccessful. I hope that it does not get passed. Because again, if it does, it will be very disastrous. The controversial Oklahoma bill manages to sideline abortion services by revoking the medical licenses of any doctor found performing the procedure for any other reason than in cases of miscarriage or severe physical trauma to the fetus or pregnant woman. Doctors who do perform abortions outside this spectrum may face felony charges. The prohibition includes abortions required to save the life of a pregnant woman. However, inducing an early birth to save the life of a fetus would be legal. From the text of SB 1552, performance of an abortion as defined by Section 1730 at Title 63 of the Oklahoma Statutes with an intention other than to increase the probability of live birth, to preserve the life or health of the child after live birth, to remove an ectopic pregnancy, or to remove a dead unborn child who died as a result of a spontaneous miscarriage, accidental trauma, or a criminal assault on the pregnant female or her unborn child. The bill's text mandates that the State Board of Medical Licensure and Supervision, the State Board of Osteopathic Examiners, and the State Board of Health all comply with the license revocations. Any physician participating in the performance of an abortion shall be prohibited from obtaining or renewing a license to practice medicine in this state. The State Board of Medical Licensure and Supervision shall revoke the license of an allopathic physician performing an abortion in this state. The State Board of Osteopathic Examiners shall revoke the license of any osteopathic physician performing an abortion in this state. The U.S. Supreme Court landmark decision in the 1973 case Roe v. Wade and subsequent abortion cases have found that women in the U.S. have a constitutional right to privacy with regards to their medical choices, including abortion. Bottom line, women do have a constitutional right to their own bodies and their medical choices, whether you Christians like it or not. But you know what I find ironic about the whole situation is the fact that these individuals are such champions for life when it involves a fetus. Yet when a birth is finished, they really don't care about the child's life anymore after that, right? I mean, there's one example out there that continues to echo through this country, and it's the Sandy Hook shootings, right? A bunch of children, unfortunately, were killed in that situation. But, a lot of these Christians took it upon themselves to say, well, you guys took God out of school, so he wasn't there to protect them. It was your fault for chasing God out of the school. If you would just invite God back into the school, perhaps he would protect these kids. Stupidity at its finest. This is one of the most offensive things I have ever seen, and that is why I continue to talk about these things again and again and again on my channel. This type of nonsense is preposterous. These individuals really don't care about women. They really don't care about the fact that a woman has a constitutional right to her own body and her medical choices. They don't care about any of that. Why? Because of this belief in this fairy tale, if you will. They want to control women. They basically think that women are property. That's where the real patriarchy is, within Christianity. And I have been wanting to say that for a very long fucking time now, because I think that a lot of people, a lot of feminists, if you will, basically do not pay attention to reality at all as far as, patriarchy is concerned. The real patriarchy is within this religious, theocratic arena, if you will, where they view women as less than human. They take away their rights. They seem to have no problems doing any of this at all in any way, shape, or form. Now, what happens if these individuals completely ban abortion all across the country, where it is completely illegal? More women are going to die. That is what's going to happen here. But these individuals really don't care. They really don't care at all. They have never shown 1 ounce of passion for women. They have never shown 1 ounce of passion for civil rights. They have never shown 1 ounce of passion for human rights. They think all of this stuff is nonsense when it comes to this fairy tale that they believe in. These individuals are morally bankrupt, and they will continue to be morally bankrupt time and time again. We have seen evidence of this all over the country, over and over and over and over again. And it's going to take something really serious for them to actually snap shit as far as I'm concerned. But personally, I'm not going to hold my breath. And again, I actually hope that this bill does not pass, because again, it's going to create a very uncomfortable environment for women, because women are going to have to travel great distances just to get the medical services that they have a constitutional right to. These individuals just want to make things more difficult for women. If not that, they want to ban everything completely. They basically want to take away the rights of women, when it comes to abortions. They want to completely get rid of it. And as a result of that, you theocratic individuals out there, more women will die. This is pathetic. This bill is pathetic and it needs to be struck down. It needs to be stopped dead in its tracks. Otherwise, there's going to be a big disaster on your hands. There's going to be a lot of court cases. There's going to be a lot of this. There's going to be a lot of that. And I actually hope that you bigots are prepared for it. I actually hope that you are, because get ready. There's going to be a lot of people having issues with this, and rightfully so, because you are trying to take away a woman's constitutional right to her own body. Oh, yes, there's going to be a lot of people going up your ass proverbially, basically, and rightfully so.